Didier at DDA Mortgage. Thanks for joining me. Let's get right to it. The CD, the closing disclosure. They're very important. When we take a loan application, we send you an electronic package. The first thing we do is we go through the CD. We go through each closing cost that you have. You know, a lot of times we have to overestimate a little bit so we don't underestimate. So there's things like the title charges that we put a little bit more. But what we do is we go through everything with you and I quiz you on everything, on each line item to make sure you totally understand it and what you have to bring to closing. Well, all of a sudden we get electronically signed and then the lender will send numerous CDs from beginning to end. And those CDs, those figures are often a little bit different and everyone panics. Don't panic. Just call me. What happens is when the CDs go out, they overestimate. Also, sometimes they won't show the credit for your deposit. They won't show the credit for the appraisal fee you paid. Or that you got your insurance much cheaper. They won't show that. And so things of that nature. Or they won't show the credit for the owner's title policy or doc stamps on the deed, which is a seller's expense on an existing home. So that kind of gets distorted a little bit. So you get all these CDs that come in during the process, and believe it or not, 3 days before closing, you're still getting another CD from the lender. And again, once you sign the disclosure 3 days before closing, the actual figures will go to the title company and everything will get trued up, and you'll bring that much money or less that we originally told you. But don't panic when you see them all, and it must be every loan. I get a phone call, a panic situation. Just understand that they don't credit a lot of things on there and that we go over it. I mean, I don't like to say, trust me, it'll be there, but trust me, it will be the number that we talked about. And I attend my closing, so I'm sitting there right next to you if anything's different. Just understand that. And we try to save you money as well. You know, during the appraisal, if you're so much money down and it fits in the parameters, you might get an appraisal waiver or you might get a reduced cost. We're always going to ask the seller, or we're going to ask on a purchase or you on a refi, if we can get the existing survey. If you hadn't added a pool or added on a room addition, seller accepts it, we save you $350. And we're going to give you, 4 or 5 names of insurance companies to call that have 27 carriers that you can shop and get the best deal. But we have to give you an estimate. And again, when we go to closing, it will always be less than what we tell you. I'm Didier at DDA Mortgage. Thanks for joining.